Hi Taurus, how are we doing today? Welcome back to Just on Tarot. If you're new here, welcome in. All right, we're going to be doing a look into the month of July, see where things going, the end of June. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, we're going to be starting with the Prairie Majesty. I can't talk. Prairie Majesty Oracle. It's kind of like a question card where we're guiding. All right, let's see what's going on. I don't know if I said it or not, but take what resonates, leave the rest. It's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. We have Digest and Nurture. What am I cleaning up to be converting? All right. So what are you digesting in order to change? Or what are you cleaning up in your life? What role is mothering energy playing in my life? And what are you nurturing? So it's kind of like, what are you feeding yourself to nurture yourself? All right, on the bottom, we have reflect. What does standing still reveal? So maybe there's a reflection that you need to focus on, especially when it comes to the things that you digest. This does not have to just be about food. It can also be about the things you hear, the things you intake, and whether or not you're nurturing it, or whether or not you need to nurture it. So definitely something to think about. Maybe take some time to reflect, see what it is that we're taking in. And we have the turkey vulture, which I generally like, and I looked up. You should definitely check out the turkey vulture spiritual message. It's about kind of, what is it? I'm losing my train of thought. It's like they're the nature's cleanup crew. So they feed on things and then bring new life to them. So maybe it's something that you're needing to bring new life to, like get it out of your system, completely digest it in order to nurture something more. Take that how it resonates. All right, let's see what we have going on for the beautiful Taurus. We're using the Unfolding Path Tarot. Yes. So we have the Eight of Cups coming out. I feel like that's walking away from things that no longer serve you. Maybe dreams, ideas, or even relationships, and working on the things that do serve you with that Eight of Pentacles here. And eights might be significant coming into it. But it's definitely a high-spirited walking away, kind of knocking those cups over and moving into working on the things that you want or that you want to create. And I love that because they're wrapped in her hair. So definitely stemming from like the mind type of issue. All right. And then we have the Knight of Wands, moving forward, running towards your dreams. I really like that. So maybe you have a pursuit or a passion you're trying to do. Maybe taking some time out to strategize, plan, contemplate how we're going to do all this. You know, and then it also could be like the Seven of Swords can be deceptive energy. It can also be planning, plotting, being strategic when it comes to something. And it's kind of like when you're walking away from things that no longer serve you, when you put the work and that effort into you, it opens up this door that allows your passions to shine. And, you know, maybe you're just being super secretive about the things that you're planning in order to do it. But a lot of it has to be like, it's cleaning those things up with that digest and being able to nurture yourself. And then we have Judgment calling up. It's kind of like allowing it to flow and leaving it up to a higher power. You know, her third eye chakra is lightened right there. And I feel like this light coming off of her crown chakra is like illuminating things for you when it comes to that judgment call. That is way too many cards, and we're not going to take all that. So tell me about this judgment, please. I feel like whatever this judgment is, it pushes you into that full kind of energy. Maybe taking a little bit lighter approach to things. And setting your boundaries, maybe taking a little bit more of a decisive action towards something. What we got going on? Definitely changes your cycles up. It's kind of like, you know, when you hear things and they're repetitive and it kind of gets stuck in your brain, and then you tend to nurture those things. What I think Spirit's asking you to do is just kind of let it roll through your system, allow it to digest through, and then nurture the things that you feel are comforting in your life. But a lot of that takes self-reflection and walking away in order to build something bigger, build something better for yourself. And it does take movement. It does take action with that Knight of Wands to do that. And it also takes planning. I'm hearing practical planning to do that. And it's something that you have to make a judgment call to move forward with, or to even take that leap of faith into. And that judgment has to be within you at this time. But it's definitely, I feel like setting those boundaries with yourself definitely changes the way things go. So this might be leaving a cycle and starting a whole new cycle to go through. But a lot of it has to do with trusting yourself and having the clarity and knowing where your victories lie. And I really like that for you guys, you know, focusing on your own inner strength and maybe listening to new creative ideas, coming up with new creative ideas. So I definitely like that for you guys. All right. You know, maybe you've been holding on a little too much lately, especially when it comes to money. Maybe a little penny pinching. I can't talk. We've got the Lovers popping out. So this might be like a choice in a relationship, or how to build a relationship, or even building a solid relationship with yourself, you know, because it's been causing a lot of anxiety and stress. You know, you've been pulling your energy back with that Hermit card here. And really, you just need to be open to love and open to stability at the moment. So definitely a time to maybe let go of some of that anxious energy and push forward. All right, give me two more, please. Two more. You know, catching some balance. I feel like the more you balance out, the more you kind of own up to this King of Pentacles energy, you know. We got the Knight of Swords on the bottom. So I feel like this is about forward, fast communication, or at least messages coming in. Like, what are you hearing? Are you open to hearing it? But definitely balancing out your money flow and balancing out where your energy is and what you can build. And I love seeing the King of Pentacles here because he is super solid. Like, he knows how to create. He knows how to be stable. But definitely a really, really good read. Just focusing on, like, the things you need to clean up in your life and what you're willing to nurture, you know, and having a little bit of faith. You know, maybe you're looking into a higher power. Maybe you're looking into a better community to work with, but definitely walking away from certain mindsets, certain people, certain things in your life that no longer serve. So I definitely like this for you guys. All right, let's see what the Hero has to tell you. And this one's kind of brutal, so I apologize in advance. All right, what do we have for Taurus? What do we have for the beautiful Taurus game? All right, we have still courted. Cut them off. You cut them off, but not out. Your body remembers, your field remembers. And that's where they're still living. So maybe you need to cut that cord. That's maybe what you need to digest out of your system is that past energy. You know, if this was a breakup or, you know, a career that you let go, a job or a project that you're stepping away from, you need to take that time to not just cut it off, but let it cycle out of your life. And then we have unshakable. My path may be brutal and full of obstacles, but your purpose is stronger. Keep going and it will be all worth it in the end. So no matter what, just keep growing. All right? Keep pushing yourself. You know, be that unshakable tree. Be that solid foundation for yourself. All right. On the bottom, we have unapologetic. Stop apologizing for your power, your voice, your dreams, or your truth. You don't need permission to be exactly who you are. And I love that. Be unapologetic. Be you. Don't ever be afraid to be who you are. All right, Taurus, if you like, please like, share, and subscribe. If not, you guys have a good day. Thank you.